Scott, thank you for those kind words. I want you to know that I appreciated your leadership as the Growth Partnerships board president. All of us have worked well together as a team, and we moved the organization forward. I learned a long time ago, if we keep our minds open, that everyone we meet in life can be a teacher. So, Scott, two things I learned from you that really I value a great deal, and I think because of the interest of what we're all about here tonight in terms of excellence and quality and all these good things, that I wanted to mention those two things. First one is your ability to navigate the complexities of an increasingly uncertain world and to grow a successful business. The lesson for me in this is that each of us in our own way can do the same. And we can make a difference amidst complexity and uncertainty. When you look around the world, I think we see plenty of that. But Scott, you've done just an amazing job, and I've kind of on the sidelines watched you do this, and it's been just a joy to work with you. The second thing is that I've learned from you that leading in a complex and uncertain world demands focus and the ability to simplify issues so that people understand what they're supposed to do. Coupled with that is a necessity of paying attention to details. And that really details they lie in the devil, and so we really have to deal with them if we want to be successful. But they also tell us about the richness of life. And they tell us about the power that we have and the traction that we have in the here and now. There's no better opportunity to move this county forward than now. And we have to live as fully as we can in the present. So two things that I learned from you, and I regret that I didn't pass that along to you before, but I really wanted to say thanks, just because they really fit with what Best of the County is about. And it's all about learning and growing together. And I mean that when I say that for everyone, you know, there's just an incredible number of teachers that way. I want to thank all of you for being here. And as Woody Allen said, 80% of life is showing up. So thanks for showing up. And thanks for showing up for the right reason, which is about the good things in this county. And there's an incredible number of good things. It starts with the people of this county, but it's a very blessed place in many ways, as I know all of you know. I want to make sure that you do take a look at the material on the table. So just to call your attention to the program, our new membership brochure, and the county commissioners have put together a sensational, it's called A Field Guide to Ashtabula County, and they're to be congratulated for that. And I think you're going to find that a valuable tool as you try to encourage others to grow and develop in the county. And I have to give a shout out to Carl Feather, who I just talked to a minute ago. He did a fantastic job of really putting that guide together. And finally, you'll receive a copy of the actual magazine as you leave today. We made the mistake last year of putting them on the table, and so everybody kind of knew in advance, you know, who the winners were. So the element of surprise we want to protect. And I want to thank the Gazette for the amazing job that they did. Bill and others, you really did a terrific job of putting, you know, our program, our magazine, and our membership brochure together. I said this before, and I really mean it, that economic development is everybody's job. And I think that your presence speaks to that, but I think it also speaks to the fact that it's consistent with the theme of this year, which Scott mentioned, which is this is all about collective impact. It's about moving the needle by working together. A lot of the things that we're about will take a long time to achieve, but I mean, when you look at the success that we've had, look at Bridge Street, look at the things that have happened with the wineries, look at tourism itself, look at how so many fantastic companies in this county have grown. So I think there's a lot that lies ahead. It's all about planting the seeds and letting them happen. Scott mentioned the dashboard, which I have found to be just an incredibly powerful source of advice and guidance. It provides data and analysis that really supports decisions, and we need that, especially in an ever-changing world. So it reminds us of reality and the reality of change, and how we need to keep in better tune with what's happening. It also helps us to chart our progress, and I think that the dashboard over time will begin to show, our successes, and it will show us, how we can replicate them as we do more and more. One of the things that the dashboard told us is that we needed to really do more to stimulate the growth of new companies and startup of new companies. And so that's a direct outcome of that. And we now have everything from the Business of Good, the Ashtabula Neo Fund, the 503 Corporation, the county commissioners, all of the communities or city managers, and a long, long list of others. A-Tech, the Kent State, Ashtabula, lots of business service firms, banks, Andover Bank. All these people are involved. And everybody is really coming together to really create a team to grow new companies and help young companies in this county grow. So that's about the future. But where is our strength today? It lies in existing companies and helping them to grow and expand. And exactly what Scott had to say about workforce development is absolutely critical, because the big factor that hinders the growth of new jobs in the county is being able to muster the workers to fill those jobs. So that's where we are today. I feel very good about what I see, though. It's funny, as we began to communicate about the Entrepreneurial Business Action Team, EBAT. If anybody says, what is EBAT? Well, that's not something that the Cleveland Indians are using to win all those games right now, but it might be. But EBAT is really this network and it's this team that's committed to working together to make things happen. But we have an incredible opportunity here. Lots of young people that I think that are eager to step into new businesses. And so succession planning is a critical element of that, to make sure that we keep the companies that are here local and vibrant and keep them vested, because that's the best way to retain companies. It's really to retain their headquarters and keep their owners local. But we also need to deal with a lot of the surrounding issues, and so that's what the dashboard roundtable sessions, the six sessions that we've had in the past year, over 400 people have come to and participated. And we've heard a series of really powerful stories. The most powerful, in my judgment, was hearing Bryce Henbaugh, David Miller, and Octavia Yates just a week and a half ago tell their stories, which was just so inspirational. Because, we can overcome adversity, and we need living examples of this. So those three individuals, in my mind, epitomize that. I've never had so many calls about anything we've done to Growth Partnership, I gotta tell you. That was a real home run, and it was because of them. So we need to do more of that, because I think it communicates that there's hope, and I think that it communicates that we're working together, that we're listening, that we're learning, we're finding our teachers, and we're growing stronger. So one part of me, people say, well, where's Don going? And my wife, Mary, and I did decide that we're going to step aside. I don't know what retirement is. Will somebody please help us understand what that means? I kind of describe it as really shifting lanes on life's superhighway, because that's the only way that I understand it. But, my energy is going to continue to be in economic development, but in a different way. I'm going to use my poetry. I'm going to use my photography. I'm going to use books that, I hope to write and teach from to continue to strengthen this business. And one area that I really want to make a difference is building a connection between economic growth and reducing poverty. We've got to tackle that intersection. We've got to do a lot better job than we've been doing. So this is a challenge for America. It's a challenge for Ohio. It's a challenge for Ashtabula County. So my new book, I want to share a poem with you, because I believe that every place deserves a poem, and I thought that Ashtabula County should have one. Ashtabula County. Ashtabula County has a poetry, a creative way of expressing who it is through its urban and rural places, hardworking and caring people, and its scenic beauty, landscapes and vast open spaces. Ashtabula's Bridge Street overflows in summer. Harding people honoring wine, walleye, and much more. In the background, the unrelenting Bastule lift bridge, up and down every half hour for boaters, fundraisers. Conyutt's D-Day reenactments of the amphibious Allied landings upon the beaches of Normandy, a stark reminder of the anguish and the beauty of the big war, replayed every August in the city's harbor and along the lakeshore. Covered bridges, fly fishing, scenic rivers, hard-working factory towns like Orwell, tourist destinations like Geneva, harbors, lake freighters, coal trains, blinking lighthouses, all find their places in the vast stretches of Ashtabula County. Diverse economic base holding its own day to day, producing milk, growing grapes, corn, miscanthus grass, molding and extruding plastic and rubber products, and brewing complex chemicals and colorful coatings. In sleepy Jefferson, the red brick county courthouse, and around the town, factories, fields, freshly painted fences and houses. On Sunday mornings, hear angelic voices sing in South County's tiny churches. Then stroll the picturesque Andover Square. Ashtabula County, self-reliant, resourceful, low-key by nature. So much you find, from subtle tinkling cowbells in springtime, to the deafening quiet deep snows of winter, to the music and parties on hot summer nights in downtown Geneva on the lake. God bless you, Ashtabula County. So it's my honor to turn over the program at this point to Marty Kula, who's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and so we have a chance to honor our great nation.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please welcome to the podium Reverend Fred Grimm, pastor of St. Paul Lutheran Church in Jefferson, who will give tonight's invocation.
I'm sitting next to my good buddy, Pastor Steve Sargent, and he told me what I should say up here. 18 years ago, my wife Dawn and our youngest son Michael and I came to the county, and we didn't know much about Ashtabula other than watching Channel 4 in Columbus during the winter. It was one of those counties that was flashing red all the time. The bishop told me that just means it's a special place. But we found over the last 18 years all those things that Don mentioned in that great poem. But I found also the greatest treasure of our county is the people, all of you. And so with the greatest people in the state, tonight we're recognizing the best of the best. Let us pray. Dear Lord, we ask your presence with us. We ask your blessings on our efforts, the innovators, the entrepreneurs, the brave, those who are willing to step out and bring the tide that raises all ships in our county. Be with us, be with this dear group who works hard for the success of all of us. Be with those who prepared this evening for us and those who will clean up after us. And bless us all, we pray. Amen.
Please welcome Jason Brand, Vice President of Operations from Grand River Rubber and Plastics, who is presenting this year's George H. Call Award for Entrepreneurship.
Good evening, everyone. As background, George H. Call was the co-founder of Premix Incorporated. Mr. Call passed away in 1995, but left an indelible impression of entrepreneurship for the plastics industry in Ashtabula County. Under his leadership, Premix grew to employ 750 people and $100 million in sales. The George H. Call Award for Entrepreneurship was created in Mr. Call's honor as an entrepreneur who truly made a difference in Ashtabula County. Each year, the award given by the Growth Partnership to an Ashtabula County entrepreneur who has grown a successful business that fuels economic development in the county.
For 37 years, Jim and Sherry Hofstetter have been in business as Hofstetter's Jewelers, offering specially designed jewelry. They attribute the success of their business to offering quality service and by keeping the business in the family. Over the years has included their son, Steffel, who is a platinum Smith gemologist, as well as their daughter, Jamie Marison, who worked for 25 years as a graduate gemologist until her recent passing. The Hofstetters believe that entrepreneurship is all about creativity and how you refine ideas. It is through that continued process that allows for a business to thrive. This family business also believes that success is never given, but earned through honesty, offering value, and taking pride in your business.
Nate Bissell believes that an entrepreneur is someone who constantly learns and improves themselves, and because of that process, their business improves as well. It is through that adjustment and evaluation that Bissell Maple Farm has become the market leader in bourbon barrel-aged maple syrup and the innovator of many other maple products. With deep Ashtabula County farming roots dating back to 1834 to be exact, Bissell Maple Farm recognizes that the geography, coupled with the climate, gives them a competitive edge. Without Ashtabula County's beautiful, cold winters, they couldn't make maple syrup. The Bissell Maple Farm is a team of employees comprised of a great cross-section of talents and backgrounds, and is just another reason they are an industry standout. Koski Construction Company has been deeply involved in building the local economy for nearly a century. The Koski family has invested and reinvested in capital in the form of workforce and equipment since incorporating in 1921, and has kept abreast of new challenges and opportunities in the construction industry, that today they emerged as one of the leading construction firms in Ashtabula County. They believe the key to their success is 100% attributed to the long-term employment of their workforce, many who retire after achieving more than 30 years. Koski Construction is held by Donald Koski, who believes entrepreneurship is going to drive the economy, change perceptions of many young people thinking about leaving, and what will attract young people here as well.
And the winner of the George H. Call Award for Entrepreneurship is Nathan Bissell, Bissell Maple Farm. Nathan, come over here. You can say a few brief words if you would like. Sure. Well, that's a pretty big honor. First thing I'd like to do is thank God. There's no way we'd be here without God, and I'm thankful. This team is the reason I'm up here. Without this team, I have good people that help us do this, and I'm thankful. But most of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Kathy Jo. She has tolerated a lot. I've worked long hours, and I'm thankful for you.
Please welcome Mark Winchell, the Executive Director of the Ashtabula County 503 Finance Corporation, who will present this year's Community Vitality Award.
Good evening. Quality of life is an essential ingredient for successful economic development. Ashtabula County is rich in assets and resources that promote our quality of life. The Community Vitality Award recognizes a significant accomplishment by an organization or a community that improves the quality of life for residents of Ashtabula County.
The Nature Conservancy is an international, nonprofit organization with a mission to preserve the lands and waters on which all life depends, and is one of the world's leading international conservation organizations. Ashtabula County's Morgan Swamp in Rock Creek is an example of the conservation efforts that spans 69 countries across the globe. Our local preserve now totals more than 1,700 acres, with an education center on the Grand River Conservation Campus, currently in the planning stages. This community space adds to the vitality of Ashtabula County and increases the quality of life by providing a place for the public to enjoy local, natural green spaces. According to project manager Karen Adair, parks and preserves protect the clean air and water people and businesses depend on to thrive. Morgan Swamp is a perfect example of a great community asset that has room to grow.
Ashtabula County YMCA has been part of the community for 148 years, constantly changing and adapting to meet the needs of the county. The Y's cause and purpose is to support and strengthen the community while focusing on healthy living, social responsibility, and youth development. What sets the YMCA apart is that it exists to be sure that everything is available to the public regardless of income. Whether it's implementing what's already in place, assessing for the needs of the future, or simply focusing on the Y's cause, mission, and purpose, the YMCA continues to strengthen the community around it, bringing energy and life into Ashtabula County.
The world's largest reenactment of the invasion of Normandy started in 1999 when a small group of World War II weekend reenactors staged a small invasion battle on the shores of Lake Erie at Conneaut Township Park after noticing a resemblance between the bluffs above the lake and Normandy's Omaha Beach. Fast forward to 2016 when record crowds reaching close to 40,000 attended the two-day event and far surpassed the local population count of Conneaut. Under the unwavering support and direction of Lori McLaughlin, Conneaut residents joined other volunteers from around the United States to pull off the spectacular example of living history. Complete with air show, boat invasion, tanks and military vehicles, and 1,200 reenactors from across the country, D-Day Ohio is now a national and international event that impacts Ashtabula County as an economic force.
The winner this evening for the Community Vitality Award is the Nature Conservancy. Accepting the award is Josh Knights and Elsa Demas.
Thank you, Mark. This is great. Appreciate it. Okay. Wow, we are, gosh, this is really a humbling experience, especially when you see who the other nominees were. You know, we challenge ourselves every day to figure out what we can do to give back to this great community. I'm responsible for the Nature Conservancy's work statewide, and I have to tell you, having traveled to all four corners of this state, Ashtabula is truly one of the most beautiful places here. And it is something that really contributes, I think, to the quality of life up here. If you haven't had a chance to visit our nature preserve, yeah, please do so. It's much more than that. We are opening it up for places like Lake Erie College to bring their students in as a field station so they have places to do their research. We're in the process of putting a nature center together that will be open for business next spring to serve the middle school students here in Ashtabula. It's open for hunting. There are great trails, canoe access. So an open invitation for us. Please come visit us, and thank you again. This is truly humbling. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Please welcome Laura E. Jones, Executive Director of Leadership Ashtabula County, who is presenting this year's Workforce Innovation Award.
Workforce development is a top priority for every employer in Ashtabula County. New approaches to workforce development, especially those addressing major workforce and workplace challenges, are needed. The Workforce Innovation Award recognizes organizations, companies, and communities developing and setting in motion innovative approaches to workforce development.
Since its inception in 1954, Community Counseling Center has been bridging the gap between people in counseling and employers seeking qualified workers, finding solutions to Ashtabula County's workforce challenges while maintaining crucial services to the clients they serve. Community Counseling Center implemented the Supported Employment Service Program as an extension to its mission. This innovative program turns clients into valuable employees by functioning as a mediator. To employers, this means successful job matches and job retention, which help to stabilize our local economy. In turn, Community Counseling Center clients receive direct services to enhance their ability to not only become hired, but retain their positions and grow with improved confidence and self-esteem. Community Counseling Center and its supported employment service is truly a win-win for economic development in Ashtabula County.
High-performing and motivated, high school students flourish at Ashtabula County Technical and Career Campus. A-Tech students receive advanced education to give them a competitive edge in the 21st century job market. In partnerships with parents, business leaders, and the community, A-Tech combines robust academics and career-minded education to challenge students to aspire to their full potential and advance in the real world of college and career. A-Tech students aren't just trained using the latest technology, but mentored by professional instructors to be able to hit the ground running in Ashtabula County's job market and beyond. A-Tech students are encouraged to dream big and let the school's framework help them achieve their goals. With a multitude of programs and community partnerships, A-Tech stays on the cutting edge to improve the workforce of Ashtabula County.
Youth Opportunities uses 3 separate programs to achieve academic and employment goals of our community's at-risk youth. Funded and supported by Ashtabula County Commissioners, the Northeast Ohio Consortium Council of Governments, the Area 19 Workforce Investment Board, and the Ashtabula County Department of Job and Family Services, as well as A-Tech's Board of Education, it serves 200 young people between the ages of 16 to 24 at any given time. Using over 100 partner agencies and businesses, Youth Opportunities participants are placed as workers and coached to fully understand all aspects of not only the job they are hired to do, but more importantly, how to interact with coworkers and supervisors and to accept accountability. From helping obtain GEDs to providing vital life skills training and career exploration, Youth Opportunities programs prove that community collaboration can provide the support needed to build meaningful, productive lives.
The winner of the 2016 Workforce Innovation Award is Community Counseling Center for its unique and much-needed supported employment service program. Accepting the award for Community Counseling Center is its Executive Director, Paul Bellino.
Well, this is really nice. I don't think in our 52 years of existence we've ever gotten quite this recognition, so this is really special. Hopefully you saw that enthusiastic response, because this means a lot to us. This is a big deal for our organization. I would like to thank Don Iannone, Laura Jones, and everybody at Growth Partnership for this wonderful award and for the great evening. And I'd like to recognize our co-finalists, A-Tech and Youth Opportunities. It's an honor to be in that company. This is real easy for me to stand up here with this award because I did minimal work compared to the other people involved in this project. The lion's share of this work was done by the folks I'll recognize. I want to recognize Miriam Walton, the Executive Director of the Ashtabula County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board. We would not have a supported employment program in this county if it wasn't for Miriam's vision and support. So, Miriam, thank you for your leadership. It's a big deal. So Miriam came to us in the fall of 2014 and had this idea. She said, do you want to do a support employment services program? And I eagerly said yes, knowing very little about it. So Matt Butler and I rolled up our shirt sleeves, and we said, we're going to figure this out. We're going to develop this program. It took, and let me be honest, Matt was mostly Matt doing that work in that part. So we quickly realized we were in over our head as far as developing that program. And lo and behold, through serendipity, we met Ginger Yanchar, and she became part of our organization on March 23rd, 2015, and we haven't looked back. Ginger Yanchar couldn't be a better fit to our management team or our organization. So Ginger created, developed, policied, procedured, directed, provided, and did all the things to make this program what it is today. Ginger, thank you so much. This award's really for you. If you want to come over after and congratulate me, just give me like a wink or a nod, pass right by me and go right to Ginger and give her the credit she deserves. It is an honor and a privilege for me to serve Community Counseling Center, such a wonderful organization led by a wonderful group of dedicated volunteer board members. Our president, Jeff Fisher, is here with us tonight. And I, despite my youthful appearance and my youthful exuberance, I have been around for a while. I've been in the field for almost 20 years. I've worked a number of places, and I've worked with a lot of people. I have never worked with a more talented, caring, or compassionate staff than those folks at Community Counseling Center. And it's literally my privilege to serve them as their leader, and we couldn't be more grateful for this award. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Scott Strayer, General Manager of Crystal, who will present this year's Manufacturing Business Growth and Innovation Award.
Manufacturing has been an economic driver in Ashtabula County for many years. The growth of existing manufacturers is central to the county's continued economic development. The Manufacturing Business Growth and Innovation Award recognizes outstanding contributions by a local manufacturer to economic development in the county.
A leader in environmental and socially responsible business practices, Mohawk was the first U.S. manufacturer of commercial printing papers to match 100% of its electricity with wind power renewable energy credits, as well as the first premium paper mill in the country to shift toward carbon neutral production. For 85 years, North America's largest privately owned manufacturer of fine papers has been bringing the most innovative and beautiful materials to design and print communities and investing in the success of Ashtabula County. Since 2014, the company's 1 million square foot converting facility in Saybrook has added 100 new jobs and invested $2 million in new equipment and operational expansion, and recently extended their lease through 2022. Manufacturing operations now has a capacity to produce over 10 million envelopes per day. Mohawk's business model now includes specialty substrates and wide format materials, priming the company for continued growth. Enough growth that one of the county's largest manufacturing employers has announced plans to hire more employees again this year.
While most people see cattle and think steak, the folks at Conneaut Leather see hides and colors. While it still produces traditional whole leather goods in the residential furniture, automotive aftermarket, and commercial airline industries, Conneaut Leather today is reputed to have the best color matching department in the industry. With nearly 10,000 colors available in its system, Conneaut Leather is able to match color from paint chips to fabric swatches, all with unique patterns and finishes. Plus, By controlling the entire process from purchasing raw materials to the finished products, Conneaut Leather's customization options are unlimited and unmatched by competitors, leading to over $20 million in annual sales for the 114-year-old company. That success has resulted in the doubling of employees and a planned expansion at the company's Conneaut plant, and led to the 2014 acquisition of Cortina Leathers, an Italian company headquartered in New York City, opening new markets to one of Ashtabula County's best success stories.
This year's winner is Conneaut Leathers and Cortina Leathers. Conneaut Leathers, for its innovation and growth in manufacturing, Conneaut is accepting, in Ohio, accepting the award for Conneaut Leathers are Jack Sparson, your team. Sorry.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. This is quite a shock and a tremendous surprise. It really means a lot to our team. Ashtabula County has been great to Conneaut Leather since 1903 and continues to be great. The Growth Development Partnership has worked with us very well, helping us with employment, helping us with loans on our expansion, helping us find the right employees for the job, which is a challenge for everyone, as everyone here knows. But it's been a great place to work and to live, and we look forward to continuing to be here for another 115 years. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Dr. Susan J. Stocker, Dean of Kent State University at Ashtabula, who will present the Service Business Growth and Innovation Award.
Good evening. The Service Business Growth and Innovation Award honors a service business in Ashtabula County that excels through innovation and excellence in providing its services to clients and customers.
After seeing firsthand the success of an employment industry business, Angela Kendall founded Elite Employment Center here in Ashtabula County 7 years ago and has turned it into one of the premier staffing agencies in the region. In a competitive industry, being locally owned and operated has created trust and strong relationships with clients, resulting in the placement of over 6,000 individuals in temporary to permanent, and skilled permanent job placement. Elite is growing in stature through strong customer service, respect, and loyalty by engaging in impactful collaborations with the business communities. These efforts are sending hard-working employees out into the workforce every day, a clear example of Kendall and her staff's mission to have a positive impact not only on their clients' lives, but throughout Ashtabula County.
Exemplary personalized service with a hands-on approach to build long-term supportive relationships through challenging financial times has led the Huffman-Mayer Wealth Management of Wells Fargo Advisors to be the first financial advisors group to be nominated for a Best of the County award. The 7-member team of experienced advisors has been giving advice and helping their clients manage their finances in Ashtabula County since 1982. They work with individuals, retirement plans, and charitable entities with the primary goal of sound investments and customer prosperity. Using the latest technology and available tools to communicate with their clients effectively and efficiently, and backed by the resources of one of the country's leading financial service firms, the team at Huffman-Mayer Wealth Management is focused on their customers and have developed a culture of paying attention to detail. The result is a lengthy list of 30-plus year clients, as well as a group of team members who make significant impact within the Ashtabula community. The ever-changing world of technology has seen many companies come and go over the last 2 decades, but Megabyte Information Technology Support in Andover has stood the test of time by embracing new advances in the field and providing unmatched customer service, helping erase customers' preconceived notions about IT horror stories. After starting out as a side job for owner and founder Michael Creed 22 years ago, Megabyte has grown as the need for strong IT support in the area has grown. Their services involve fixing break work, designing and implementing, offering fractional IT management, providing security by ensuring information is in a safe and confidential environment, as well as being available as a help desk. They also offer support in monitoring a network to prevent problems before they occur. Their use of new and innovative technologies, including automation tracking, as well as their high-level product knowledge, has led Megabyte to garner clients throughout Ashtabula County, as well as Central Ohio, upstate New York, the Carolinas, and parts of Canada.
This year's winner is Huffman Mayer Wealth Management Group. Accepting the award for Huffman Mayer is James Mayer, Senior Vice President of the company. Please welcome James Mayer.
She just told me to say whatever I want to say, so that's not what Becker told me earlier. Thank you very much for this honor. I just want you to know we appreciate, Angela, everything that you do in the Creed family. It was an honor to be nominated with you. We have a very interesting team that I'm so lucky to work with. They are my family, and they just mean the world to me. My partner Dan and I both came to this community not knowing many people, and at this stage of our lives, I just feel my life could not get any better from the things I've gotten from this county. Because of Ashtabula leadership, I was introduced to my wife, so I will always be in debt to Marta Stone for that. But I just want everyone to know we value our place in this community and appreciate everything that it's done for us. So thank you.
Please welcome Michelle McClure, branch manager at Ashtabula Downtown Key Bank, who will present this year's Young Economic Development Leader Award.
The Young Economic Development Leader Award recognizes a talented and accomplished young leader in economic development. This is a new award being presented by the Growth Partnership to encourage greater contributions by local young leaders to community and county-wide economic development.
Since arriving in Ashtabula County 7 years ago, Jim Hockaday has quickly earned a reputation for being a problem solver, and his focus on economic development has made him a standout as one of the county's top young professionals. Following a highly successful 5-year tenure as the village administrator of Geneva-on-the-Lake, Hockaday is now in the midst of his 2nd year as Conneaut City Manager. And in a short period of time, the Muskingum College and Miami University graduates' impact is already being felt in Ohio's sharpest corner. In his first 15 months, Hockaday has brought new ideas and delivered solutions to longtime local eyesores, like the bunkhouse on Main Street, the former Estatic property on Broad and Jackson Streets, and is helping the Conneaut Port Authority move forward with lakefront development. Additionally, he lined up the first tenant of the highly anticipated East Conneaut Industrial Park, and perhaps most importantly, helped close a deal to revive the abandoned Gateway Plaza at I-90 and Route 7. Persistence, patience, a good knowledge base, and networks are the qualities Hockaday relies on as an effective economic development leader. Those traits also make him a strong example for tomorrow's business professionals, entrepreneurs, and local government officials, as he also aims to use his experience to help cultivate the next generation of leadership in Ashtabula County's economic development scene.
Several nominees were put forward for this award. The winner of the 2016 Young Economic Development Leader Award is James Hockaday, City Manager of the City of Conneaut, for his contributions to advancing economic development in the City of Conneaut and Geneva-on-the-Lake. Please join us in welcoming James Hockaday to accept the Growth Partnership's Young Economic Development Leader Award.
Thank you very much. I was the only nominee told that they were going to win, so they expected me to prepare something. So if it goes too long, just dim the lights and start the music. I am deeply honored to have been nominated, much less receive this distinction. It's difficult to describe how special of a place Ashtabula County is for me. I've lived and worked in Ashtabula County for 7 years and 19 days, not that I'm counting. But 7 years ago, I was at a bit of a crossroads in terms of selecting a career path as a postgraduate, and I had several different options, and I kind of relied on some heavy mentorship from friends and colleagues at the time, and they recommended a road less traveled, and I accepted the position as administrator for Geneva-on-the-Lake, and I was their first full-time administrator. And they took acknowledging a huge risk on a 28-year-old to come manage their community, and I was very welcomed, and though I'm sure many probably expressed reservations, I think we did a great job there. I'm very proud to see Geneva-on-the-Lake continuing to thrive today. I then had an opportunity to seek the city manager position in Conneaut, and I remember people telling people about my intention to apply for the position. I got some interesting reactions, and probably the first and foremost of them is, you know about their council, they eat city managers. I didn't listen to them, and I was very grateful to be offered the position in Conneaut, and I can tell you for being there not quite 2 years yet, that Conneaut is a really great place, and there's really no other place I would rather be. It's a community that is in a constant state of renewal, and I have the pleasure of serving a very active, engaged, and thoughtful group of counselors that have shown some tremendous leadership in the nearly 2 years that I've been there. And I've had the pleasure of serving some very appreciative residents, and I've been very warmly supported there. So the one conclusion that I can share about the city of Conneaut is that I firmly believe that its future is much brighter than its past, and I'm humbled that I get to play a role in help shaping that new future. I want to thank all of those that I've had the privilege to work with, some folks that I've had the privilege of working with for the past 7 years, both within the village of Geneva-on-the-Lake, Conneaut, and numerous people at Ashtabula County, Growth Partnership, and others. And I also want to thank those who nominated me for this award. Most importantly, Ashtabula County is the place that I met my wife, and where we've made our home, we've started our family, and there's nothing in this world that I'm more proud of than our family and our 2 boys. Without them, this would be impossible. Thank you for this award, and I will be eternally grateful for having taken the road less traveled. Thank you.
Please welcome back to the podium Mr. James Mayer Jr. from the Growth Partnership for Ashtabula County Executive Committee and Managing Director of Investments and Branch Manager for the Huffman Mayer Wealth Management Group.
Hello, I'm the last speaker of the evening, and since Don had written a poem, I wrote a song that I'd like to share with you. So Debbie, can I get the guitar? I got it. Okay, no, just kidding. I'm not supposed to go off script. I've been threatened. One thing I do want to make mention, I am on the search committee trying the hard task of replacing Don. One person who was unfortunately not mentioned, our committee really wouldn't work without her, but Holly Marinick has really helped out our search in ways that I can't describe. So if you wouldn't mind, can we get a quick round of applause for Holly? First, I would like to thank you all for your attendance, your support of this evening. It wouldn't be possible without you to have this kind of a quality celebration. A big thank you to the many sponsors who helped contribute to make this evening a success. Without their financial contribution, once again, we wouldn't be able to have this kind of an evening. Special thanks to the Best of the County Committee, chaired by Laura Jones, who is amazing. Cindy Rabe and Debbie Waring, out of retirement, came and helped pull this together. Also, Don really added quite a bit to this, and we appreciate you all. I would also like to thank the Growth Partnership trustees. Without your financial support, things wouldn't happen for this organization, and we really greatly appreciate what you do. Oh boy. Thank you to Scott Wadega. Yep, got it. And all the Pymatuning Valley students that made this event. This is Scott. I've been sweating saying his name right all night, so thank you very much, Scott. UE's Third Dimension, the Gazette, Mohawk Fine Papers made valuable contributions to make this successful event. We want to thank them. I would also like to congratulate and thank tonight's winners and finalists for all of your contributions to the community. Your job is to help us bring along nominees for next year's Best of the County. This evening has made me feeling both very grateful for all that has happened to me in this county, and also very enthusiastic for the future of Ashtabula County. There's a high level of excitement in this county, and especially with younger people. And I recently had the definition of younger people explained to me by Mr. Becker, who told me younger people, James, are people younger than you. So I am not in that group anymore. But there's some very exciting people in our community. Paul Bellino and the community counseling staff, they're helping people in our community get a second chance. And I just think the world of them, and it's nice to see, he says he's not that young, but he is young. And it's nice to see them doing such a great thing in our community. Recovery is important, and they're really doing a wonderful job with that. We have new and young city managers in this county. The Jims are the young, and the other ones are the new. This is Doug Starkey and Joe Varquette, and there's an excitement there. Angela Kendall, who I mentioned earlier, this young lady started this business from nothing, and now she has an amazing team and a wonderful business. Donnie Chaplin and Jason Brand took over for probably two of the hardest people you could imagine to take over, and they're doing a wonderful job at Grand River. And J.J. Eaton had the same challenge of taking over for someone who is a legend in our community, and Paul Demshar, and has done a wonderful job. We also have Mark Winchell and Sean Radican really stepping up the younger people in economic development, and I'm very grateful and happy to see what they've been able to do in our community. Growth Partnerships has launched new programs and services. The Economic Dashboard we talk about, the Entrepreneurial Business Action Team, and a new program, Business Succession Planning. We're trying to help people not close their businesses, find younger people to sell them to and continue on. And lastly, something that's very close to our heart, the Financial Fitness Fair, trying to get the workforce good financial habits, will be in its third version this year at Kent State. We'd like to encourage you to get involved with Growth Partnership through membership, taking advantage of our services, and help us move the county forward in the future. Together we can increase our collective impact on our economic development. Thank you once again for attending, and please remember to pick up a copy of the Best of the County magazine for SPIRE, and special thanks to all the SPIRE students for all of their help this evening. Thank you very much.